Hello everyone, Nat 1995 here in the video game fanfiction plot with a new chapter for you all in the Chi Wizard Ninja, and remember, I do not own the Naruto series or this story. I give full credit to its author by ChaosMagemon on fanfiction.net. The winner of this match is Shikamaru Nara. Hayate called. Ino and Choji applauded on their teammates' victory as Tsukiyumi was put on a stretcher. Nara moment, she requested, and he looked over to her. You were truly a worthy opponent. As tradition of our village, those we claim worthy opponents shall become our husbands. She took his hand and he looked freaked. Please be mine? Actually, I got no interest in marriage now. Shikamaru answered, pulling his hand away and running back for the catwalk as Tsukiyumi called to him while being taken away. I'll wait for you, Shikamaru. Troublesome woman. Shikamaru shuddered. Naruto chuckled to himself at the Nara's misfortune of having a fangirl until he looked back at the drawing board as the next two names that were drawn were Naruto Uzumaki and Kiba Inuzuka. Alright, I've been waiting. Naruto thought. About time, the sooner you get this over with the sooner these preliminaries can end. Shindu thought. Sweet. Come on, Akamaru, let's show that Dobi what it means to take on a real shinobi. Kiba said with confidence as the tag team went for the arena while Naruto jumped from the ledge, landing on the arena. Hayate stood in the center. This next match between Naruto Uzumaki and Kiba Inuzuka will now commence. If you are ready, fight. Stay back, Akamaru, I got this one. Kiba smirked as Naruto frowned. You'll be sorry for that mockery. We'll see. Kiba took off to attack Naruto, but before he could make contact, Naruto dashed to the side, resulting in a miss on Kiba's end. What happened? I blinked and he missed. Kankuro asked Tamari. How'd you dodge my attack? Kiba growled. Simple, I moved. Naruto joked. Alright, if you wanna play tough, then I will too. Shikyaku no Jutsu, four-legged technique. Kiba called as his body started looking feral. Now here I come. He tackled for Naruto, who once again kept dashing away. Face it, Kiba, you're no longer the fastest one here. Says you. Come on, Akamaru. Kiba ordered, and the two took off for Naruto. You know a dog's mortal enemy? The cat. Naruto extended his hand as a blast hit Kiba and he suddenly became a gray cat. This new technique put shocks on everyone's face, never seeing a transformation technique done by someone on another. Meow? Cat Kiba meowed. At the sight of a cat, Akamaru growled and barked at him, making the Kiba cat screech in fright as the two engaged in a chase around the arena, putting sweat drops on everyone's head. You like chasing cats, Akamaru? Well, how about getting chased by one yourself? Rat. He zapped Akamaru, turning him into a white rat. At the sight of the now rat Akamaru, Kiba's newly cat instincts took over and he started chasing his partner. Naruto chuckled humorously while inside his mind Shindu and Kurama were cracking up. Oh, I forgot how fun it was to toy with opponents. Shindu chuckled. I know. Those two will be scarred for life after an experience like that. Kurama added. Naruto continued watching their chase. Well, fun time's over. Change back. He turned the two back to their original forms. What the hell just happened? Kiba screamed. You and Akamaru swapped places in the food chain. Naruto replied. Kankuro turned to his sibs. Is that the same guy we first ran into that day? He got no answer. Kiba frowned. Alright, Akamaru, no more messing around, he said, downing a soldier pill and fed one to Akamaru, whose coat turned red. Jujin Bunchin, Beastman clone. Kiba called as Akamaru transformed into Kiba, making two of them. Now let's you see how you stand up to this, Gotsuga, dual piercing fang. The two struck for Naruto, who levitated up, avoiding them and touched back down. You're still too slow. Makes me wanna leave. In fact, I will. Naruto vanished. He's gone. Hinata gasped. Disappeared. Ino added. What happened to him? Lee asked. Neji looked with his Byakugan. I'm not picking him up on my Byakugan. Kiba smirked. Well, Proctor, I guess you can call the butt was cut off, feeling a strong punch to his gut. What the hell? He's trained. Naruto reappeared. Did you think I was gonna call the match? You thought wrong. Now let me introduce you to some firepower. He extended his palms, launching combustion blasts at Kiba and Akamaru, who were using their speed to avoid it. How's he using fire jutsu with no hand signs? Asuma asked. I don't think that was fire jutsu. Kakashi answered. Not jutsu? What do you mean, Kakashi? Kurenai asked. I'm not really sure myself. Back on the arena, Naruto stopped his combustion blasts and pulled out his blowfish. Here's a little something else you've never seen before, Kiba. Don't be stupid. I've seen a blowfish before. Kiba frowned. Have you seen one that can do this? Naruto began chanting, Umogawai Gui Feides Ale. Umogawai Gui Feides Ale. Umogawai Gui Feides Ale. Chi magic was blasted at the two hounds, who didn't know what they were up against. What the hell are you doing? Kiba called. Chi magic, Kiba, a very hand technique. In fact, I found my calling card as a Chi wizard shinobi. Chi wizard shinobi? What a joke. I don't joke in that matter, Kiba, Naruto said as he dashed around Kiba and Akamaru, circling them. Brace yourselves because you're gonna get such a bruise. Naruto tackled both Kiba and Akamaru using the power of the ox, launching them clear into the wall, leaving behind body prints. Akamaru had returned to his dog as Hayate noticed they wouldn't be getting up after that. Naruto Uzumaki is the winner. Hayate called. Sakura, who was shocked to see Naruto beat Kiba like that, applauded nonetheless. All right, Naruto. Kakashi smiled on his student's performance despite his confusion at how he did all those moves. Hinata thought, Naruto defeated Kiba. He's truly amazing. Wow, Naruto's definitely not the same as before. I think I like this new him. Ino thought. Chin thought, he was so fast and so strong. Even better than Lee, perhaps even more than. She glanced to Neji, who was just staring at Naruto with intent. On the other side of the arena, the final Nezuko girl with long black hair and a ponytail and green eyes stared at Naruto. So strong, just the kind of man for me. Shizuka? Takaiwa asked, snapping her out of her thought. Is everything alright? Shizuka cleared her throat. Yes, Takaiwa, everything's fine. Naruto levitated up back to the catwalk. That sure felt good. He flexed his arms. Not bad there, Naruto, you've really come a long way. Kakashi said. Was there ever any doubt? Naruto asked as they watched to see who would be next. The next two names that popped out were Hinata Hyuga and Neji Hyuga. Everyone from Konoha gasped in surprise. Kurenai and Shino looked at Hinata, who was shocked as ever. While Guy, Lee, and Ten saw Neji had no emotions at all. Both of them walked down, side by side, to the floor below. Neji stood calmly, his feet apart and shoulders back. His arms were relaxed at his sides. Hinata looked forward at him, keeping her cool and knew not to show any signs of nervousness. If you're ready, you may begin. Hayate shouted before jumping back. Hinata got ready to charge, but Neji spoke, causing her to halt. A word of advice. Give up. Hinata suddenly froze in place while the Chunin were surprised as Neji continued. Fate has already declared me the winner when our names were drawn. Save yourself the humiliation of defeat and walk away now. Otherwise I guarantee you will regret ever trying to fight against me. Neji continued to berate her, bringing down her self-confidence, while Naruto started frowning and finally headed as he shouted, for the love of Kami, shut your smart mouth. Hinata, ignore what that dumb says. You have what it takes, I know you do. Naruto, Hinata was surprised at these words of encouragement but nodded, knowing he was right, and addressed Neji. I'm not backing down, Neji. Neji scowled in response, don't blame me if you die. Both activated their Byakugans. So Hinata and Neji went at it with their gentle fist heart, which was from the observance proved to be an even match. However, as Hinata continued pushing herself to her limits to show everyone, Neji just got more furious. Hinata soon realized that Neji's blows were going straight for her chakra network to disable her chakra flow, and he started striking for lethal organs. Then both stood on opposite ends, with Neji looking as calm as ever while Hinata stood there with blood dripping from her mouth and such, all while trying to keep on her feet. Neji was about to go for a finishing blow in blind rage until he was blocked by Hayate, Guy, Kakashi, and Kurenai. Neji, stop! Guy ordered him. Neji relaxed and stood down, while Hinata sighed in relief but coughed up more blood and fell backwards. Before she could hit the ground, Naruto dashed down, catching her. Hinata. Kurenai looked Hinata over. She needs to get to the hospital quickly. No need. I'll handle this, Naruto began as he laid his friend down on the floor and unzipped her jacket, making the Hyuga girl blush. Easy, Hinata, it'll be over soon. Naruto placed his hand inches away from Hinata's chest with the urge to not completely touch them. Soon his eye glowed with the horse symbol as energy was poured into Hinata as her whole body started healing until she was good as new. Hinata took in some air before sitting up. Hinata, how do you feel? Kurenai asked, worried. I feel fantastic, sensei, Hinata said as she stood up. But what did you do, Naruto? Well, I have the magic touch, Naruto replied until he heard an arrogant hum from Neji. Is there something you want to share with us? You shouldn't have bothered healing her. She was doomed a failure, and like all failures they meet the same fate of losing to their superiors, as is it their destiny. Neji said, not feeling any regret for what he did to his cousin, and showed it with a smirk on his face. Shindu, irritated by Neji's cocky attitude, ended up possessing Naruto, and he grabbed Neji by the collar. You cocky little child. You think you know everything about everyone when clearly you know nothing. If this weren't an exam, I would personally devour your soul. Neji stared into the glowing red eyes of Naruto and started sweating, feeling the heat of fire emit from them until Hinata grabbed him from behind. Naruto, please no. Shindu turned to her, letting Naruto speak. Hinata, what Neji did to you is something I'll never forgive him for that. You should also feel the same. I know, but don't risk your chances of being disqualified over me. Besides, since you both won, maybe you can settle this in the finals. Hinata replied. Naruto, listening to that, smirked. You're right, the finals will be the perfect place. He dropped Neji. Take note, I'm not finished with you. He walked for the catwalk, followed by everyone else as Hinata went to his side. And Naruto, thank you for what you did for me. Naruto smiled. No problem. As Neji returned, both his team and his sensei scowled for his behavior as Tenen thought, wow, for a minute I actually Neji sweat when Naruto threatened him. Imagine if they went at it. A few minutes later, everyone waited for the next names to be drawn, and the two that came up were Gaara and Rock Lee. Yash, I shall show you all the power of youth. Lee ranted before leaping from the catwalk and onto the arena. Gaara vanished in a shunshin of sand and appeared on the arena. Kankuro and Temari smirked and spoke to each other. This guy doesn't stand a chance against Gaara. Kankuro said to his sister. If you're ready, you may begin. Hayate called. Lee began throwing a punch only for it to be intercepted by a wall of sand. Sand? Sakura asked. It's coming from the gourd on his back. Naruto noticed the source. Naruto. Kurama's voice was heard. Kurama, what is it? That's no ordinary sand emitting from that boy's gourd. What do you mean? Only one creature can manipulate sand like that, Shukaku. Shukaku? Yes, another one of the tail beasts, the Akabi. Shukaku, still psychotic as ever, Shindu said. I can't imagine the terror and mind scars he's given that boy. Hearing that, Naruto could tell if that were the case, Gaara was brought up just like Naruto in his childhood, or possibly worse. Lee had continued throwing taijutsu moves at Gaara with the same results. When Lee decided to remove the weights he was wearing and open 5 of the celestial gates, he really looked like he was doing damage to Gaara. However, Lee appeared to be suffering equal amounts of damage due to the gates. Gaara, after taking fierce beatings, laid on the ground covered in scratches, only for his body to crack and shatter, revealing to have been a cocoon of sand with the real Gaara inside, looking good as new. Gaara manipulated his sand and grabbed Lee's legs. He clenched his fists tight and the sand squished Lee's feet, causing him to scream in pain. As Gaara was about to go for a final strike, Guy stepped in and stopped the attack. Seeing as it was clear who won, Hayate labeled Gaara the winner and assigned ninja shunshuns and sand back to his team. Lee. Tenen called in worry for her teammate as Naruto levitated down. Stand back sensei, Naruto instructed Guy. It's gonna be okay, Lee, hang in there. I never knew anything could hurt this much. Lee groaned until Naruto put his hands over Lee's body, once again activating the horsepower healing up his body. When the procedure was done, Lee got back up. Lee, how do you feel? Are you alright? Guy asked, worried. Never better, sensei. My flames of youth have been reignited. Lee ranted as his sensei burst into tears of joy. Guy turned to Naruto. Arigato, Naruto, for what you did to Lee. No sweat, sensei. Come on, let's get back up, Naruto said as they did so. With only 2 more names, the final Chunin of Choji and Shizuka went on to the arena floor. Don't think because you're cute I'm gonna go easy on you, Choji warned her. I don't want you to, Shizuka answered as Hayate granted them to begin. Choji used his expansion jutsu and tried to bowl Shizuka over, but using her Nageshiko skills she delivered a powerful kick to the Akimaki, sending him crashing into the wall. Is it lunchtime yet? He asked dizzily. Shizuka is the winner. Hayate called the match. Soon the winning Chunin, composed of Naruto, Shino, Neji, Shizuka, Shikamaru, Gaara, Temari, and Kankuro minus Sasuke, met on the arena, presenting themselves in front of the Hokage, Hayate, Anko, and Ibiki. With this, the third exam preliminaries are finished. Sarutobi finished. With only 9 competitors now, they were each assigned a random number by Anko. State your number you have drawn, Ibiki ordered as he looked at Neji first, and saw the boy show him the number in his hand. After they stated their number, Sasuke was granted the uncalled number. Alright. We have your names, numbers, and who you will be facing 1 month from now in the finals in the Chunin Stadium, Ibiki showing them a list. Study it well. Match 1, Naruto vs Neji. Match 2, Gaara vs Sasuke. Match 3, Shino vs Kankuro. Match 4, Temari vs Shikamaru. Match 5, Shizuka vs winner of Match 4. You now know who you are fighting in 1 month. Good luck to all of you, as you will need it for the road ahead in preparing for what lies ahead of you. The Sandaime looked at the competitors. Naruto turned to Neji, who could tell he was going to look at him. Looks like I have a chance to avenge Hinata's defeat. See you in a month. He dashed off out of the tower, heading back for the village. Meanwhile, outside the village stood the group that was originally up in the jet, Hacha. The demon chi resides in this village. Captain Black looked at it, but this is Konoha, the village where we re-imprisoned Shindu after he escaped the demon world the 3rd time. Mentioning a prior event. So the bad dragon's back again, huh? Jade asked. If so, I fear this village may be in great peril, Jackie said dreary-like. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's check it out, Viper said as they headed into the village. Well, that's the ending of that chapter. I do hope you enjoy this video. If you like to see more, remember to hit that like button, subscribe to this channel, and leave a comment down below. Until next time.